million tons of lithium alone. The lithium is also very rare. 1 million tons of lithium they are having. And cobalt, this is largely available in Central African countries, particularly Congo. Nearly 70% of the mining companies in Congo are belonging to China. So they are involving in the cobalt mining, and they are exporting. The China is getting the cobalt from Congo. So these type of rare elements used for the manufacturing of the battery, that is stocked well in China. So the battery, even though lithium-ion battery, it is in 1900 the battery was invented, but after 1980 only, the revolution in battery manufacturing was done. That means lithium-ion battery was invented by US people, Oxford and Stanford University people. They developed the lithium-ion battery. Lithium-ion battery, it is compact and small in size, store large quantity of energy. There also the liquid electrolyte is used. So this lithium-ion battery, even though it is discovered by or developed by the US people, 73% of the production is in the hands of China. Only 12% of the batteries, lithium-ion batteries, are produced by US. 73% of the world need that can be met out by the Chinese production. So the resources, the rare elements, that also be more in China. Technology is so advanced in China. Definitely in future, the battery that will lead the world, battery manufacturing countries with the latest technology, advanced technology, that will lead the world. China is not an exceptional country. Definitely that will lead the world. But India, the solar panel production only by certain companies, that should be elaborated, and also more the subsidies will be given for the solar panel users, consumers, and more the startups must come to use this battery. Another one, sodium sulfur battery. Sodium sulfur battery, this is also it is operated in high temperature of around 300 degrees centigrade. Here the electrolyte is conventionally solid electrolyte they are using. Once solid electrolyte is used means there is no problem. So the solid electrolyte dipped in some ethylene based compounds that will give the functional that will operate the battery in room temperature. So the SS sodium sulfur battery normally operate in high temperature, but the solid electrolyte, when it is dipped in ethyl based material, then it can be operated in the normal room temperature also. Our IIT people, Madras, they have developed a technology in this area. They are pioneer. These technologies must be advanced in course of time. Definitely we can achieve. Another, the quick charging in battery. So there also one startup in the Israel, that is the Store Limited, a startup, San Francisco startup, the Store Limited of Israel. Its sister concern is the Eve Energy Limited in China. They have produced a charger that can battery. Actually, they have produced a lithium-ion battery that can be chargeable within 5 minutes, even for higher vehicles. Within 5 minutes, that battery can be charged for higher vehicles. Such type of technology they have developed. So another area, energy from banana peel. So these are all the green energy. For clean energy, the biomass material that can be used for manufacturing. So the banana peel and then the orange peel, they are used as, they are the waste, actually the kitchen waste or the household waste, organic waste they are. From this organic waste, the energy can be produced. The power can be produced from this waste. That is not the any type of battery like that, electricity. The hydrogen power that can be produced from the waste materials, banana peel and then the orange peel, etc. So here they are using one method, the banana peel. It is having 5% of hydrogen and 33% of carbon 33%, hydrogen 5% is available in the banana peel. So when it is burned or when you burn any type of organic material, we can have carbon dioxide and water mainly. Carbon dioxide is the greenhouse gas causing the global warming. So at the maximum extent we can control the emission of carbon gas. The carbon must be sequestered in the biomass. It should not be released as gas to atmosphere. Then if it is released, that causes the global warming and the other consequences. So one method, that is the three important area in the hydrogen production, that is one is the hydrogen, oxygen and carbon. When the material is burned, the carbon is converted to carbon dioxide. The hydrogen is converted to water with the combination of oxygen. Water is no problem, it is not toxic or it is not a pollutant. But carbon dioxide is a pollutant. When it mixes with the atmosphere, the secondary aerosols will also form, that will cause lot of problems to all kinds of living systems in the world. So one technology they are using, that is the Swiss Federal uh, Federal Institute. They are developing this technology, the hydrogen production from the organic wastes. So pyrolysis is one technology. So chemistry people will know about the pyrolysis. It is the heating of the material, not burning. Once you burn the material means carbon dioxide will come out. Heating of the material. So by heat, the carbon dioxide cannot come. The carbon is not at all converted into carbon dioxide by heating. So this pyrolysis is a method used for the conversion of hydrogen into energy. So simply they are doing, it is not at all heating by using any type of fuel. Xenon lamp, it is 15 milliseconds, like xenon lamp that can produce 600 degrees centigrade heat. So when you apply the light from the xenon lamp, it will produce 600 degrees centigrade, a maximum of 600. So flashes of light for the period of 15 milliseconds over the banana waste, that will heat the material up to 600 degrees centigrade. So the carbon is totally sequestrated there, and then the hydrogen is converted into the hydrogen is isolated and it is tapped separately. So from 1 kilogram of banana waste, we can 100 liters of the hydrogen gas that can be harvested from 1 kilogram of the material. So this by liquefaction or the high compression, the hydrogen gas is converted to liquid and it is used for the vehicles. Some of the European countries, they are using liquid hydrogen for the light vehicles, or even for heavy vehicles are also they are doing, they are using this liquid hydrogen. So these materials, not only banana, orange, etc., the fruit waste, agricultural waste and other horticultural waste that can be used for this purpose. So this byproduct used by this byproduct obtained from this pyrolysis is the biochar. Biochar is the carbon sequestered in the biomass, that is called as the biochar obtained along with the hydrogen. This biochar is porous in nature. It is used for bioremediation process. When it is dipped in the polluted soil or anywhere else, it can absorb the toxic elements present there. So other use of the biochar is, it is a very good natural manure for the plants, the biochar, because it is having large quantity of minerals there. So that can be used as the nutrients for the plants. So it may be used as fertilizer, or it may be used as the this bioremediation tool. Environment, another area we have to consider for every conference or parties. The climate change summit recently held in Cairo, Egypt, in the November month of 2022. So this conference of parties in every year, they emphasized the importance of curbing the carbon emission and other greenhouse gases emission through various sources. So alternative source of energy must be known. So afforestation is one type of massive solution for all these environmental problem is as maximum as possible increasing the green cover. So green cover is the only solution to control the effect of pollution and other things. So afforestation, so instead of planting the normal avenue trees or other not a non-economical plants in that area, air pollution tolerant tree species we can select. So by scientific studies, we can identify which plant can able to tolerate the pollution. That means the pollutants that can be absorbed maximum by that plant, but the products are without any environmental issues, carbohydrate or any type of reserve produced by the plant, they are having no such environmental issues, they are very normal. So the plants that can able to produce more amount of carbohydrate even in the polluted area, they are considered as the air pollution tolerant tree species. So in industrial complexes, new avenues and new urbanized areas, these kinds of air pollution tolerant indigenous tree species, that is another important area, indigenous. So in our area, what are the local tree species available in that which are tolerating the air pollution at maximum level, we have to find out. The ascorbic acid content, chlorophyll, moisture content, dry weight of the leaf. All these characters are used to find out the air pollution tolerance index. So any plant with a high air pollution tolerance index, they are considered to be the plant withstand the air pollution. So we are having one project from UGC in some 1 decade back, nearly 2 decades back. So we have selected some in the 10 industrial cities in Tamil Nadu, and we have tested nearly 70 tree species for air pollution tolerance index. So in that, three species, like our, moreover, interestingly, our traditionally religiously important plant like the Ficus religiosa, and another one Pongamia pinnata, Tamarindus indicus. These three tree species are known to have high air pollution tolerance index. So the cell arrangement, the quantity of ascorbic acid produced by the plant, the air absorbing ability of the plant is very higher when compared to other plants. So planting this type of plant in the newly urbanized areas and other industrial complexes will be helpful in order to mitigate the climate change through absorbing pollutant to some extent. To some extent, it will be helpful. And bioremediation. So this is also related to the environment problem. As maximum as possible, the toxic elements available both in air and both in water and soil, how it can be nullified or absorbed by using the biotic organisms. So saline soil, almost it is not useful for the cultivation of the crop plants in general, but some of the crops like wheat, barley, sorghum, cotton, they can grow well in the saline soil. So according to soil type, we have to select the crop plants there. We can get very good yield there, and moreover, the salt content of the soil that can be reduced. In the United States, the Utah state, that is the state, Utah Lake is called as the Salt Lake. There, the agriculture is based on following different technologies. Irrigation of the soil very continuously in order to remove the salt content. And moreover, the selection of the crop plant according to the type of or the quantity of salt available there. So the quantity of soil, salt available in that soil, that can be indicated by some native plants, like the plants like the Cochia and then the Saliconia. These kinds of plants, they are indicating the quantity of Sarcobatus, they are indicating the quantity of salt available there. Similarly, in our areas also, using the local plants. So definitely they can, the Saliconia type of plant, they are available in India also. So wherever the Saliconia is high in population available, then we can say that salt content of the soil is higher. So in that way, by using indicator plants, we can find out the salt content of the soil, and accordingly we can select the crops there. And it can be helpful to reduce the salt content of the soil also. And some of the microorganisms like penicillium, they can, this penicillium type of the fungus that can absorb the petrol and diesel. So any seepage or the spill in petrol and diesel happened in soil, the penicillium culture that can absorb more quantity of the petrol and diesel. Pseudomonas, another, the ethylene that can be absorbed effectively by the pseudomonas. So different microorganisms are there. They can absorb, or they can absorb actually the different kinds of the chemical pollutants available in the soil. So the only thing we have to find out the suitable organism, whether it may be higher organism or lower organism, suitable organism for the bioremediation process according to locality. And the algae, so now the recent researchers in Scientific Reports 2022, one article has published that indicates some of the algal members, they are involved in the digesting the plastic materials. Plastics are polyvinyl materials not at all easily corroded or digested. Some algal members like the Euronema africanum, that green algae that can able to digest the plastic materials. So these kinds of materials must be identified. Many number of algal members. You know, India is the country with a long coastal line, 7,500 kilometer lengthy coastal line we are having. Different algal members are there belonging to different categories like chlorophyceae, pyophyceae, rhodophyceae, etc. So we should identify the algal members and others, the seaweeds, which are having the ability of the plastic corrosion, etc. So environmentally, these are all the things we have to concentrate. So not only these areas, other so much areas are also there in environment. So each and every area that the treatment of the water, the solid waste treatment and the wastewater treatment. So advanced technology must be used. Even for the agricultural waste, when you convert the agriculture waste into compost, different types of bacteria and other microorganisms they are involving for the complete decomposition of the material. In the early stage, when you see the mesophilic organisms, microorganisms, mesophilic organism means neither thermophilic nor the organisms of cool climate. So moderate temperature they can live. First, they are converting the simple carbohydrates like sugars into the materials, and then during the time the temperature will be increased. The increased temperature replacing the mesophilic organisms by the thermophilic organisms. These thermophilic microorganisms, they are converting cellulose and hemicellulose into simple carbon compounds. And then finally, after the conversion, the lignin type of materials will be there. Again, the mesophils will come and the actinomycetes will also occupy, and finally the fine decomposition will be happen. So according to stage, according to the local microenvironment, the succession of the bacteria and fungi is also varying. So these are all the steps the scientists, the young budding scientists, they have to concentrate which type of microorganism is so suitable to do all these things. And another, the forestry. So India is the country with a large area of forest. We are having 16 major types of forest in India with 221 subtypes. So large quantity of large area of forest with the different types. So almost all types of forests available in the world, they are available in India also. Starting from tropical rainforest to alpine forest, tropical forest, temperate forest, alpine forest, all these forest types are available in India. In India, the tropical forest is again into two major types, the tropical rainforest and the tropical dry deciduous forest. The tropical rainforest again into three types, tropical moist evergreen forest, tropical moist semi-evergreen forest, and tropical moist deciduous forest. So these three, and another one tropical deciduous forest, four major types of tropical forest is available. And then temperate forest. Temperate forest is in the high altitudes, North India and the middle Himalayan areas, around 1500 meters altitude. So 2000 meters altitude, the temperate forests are there in Himalayas. So temperate forest, and then the alpine forest in high reaches of the Himalayas above 5000 meters altitude. So these tropical and the subtropical forests collectively have 70% of the medicinal plants they are dwelling in this area and 30% of the medicinal plants in the temperate forest. So such a very good forest systems we are having. Nearly 22% of the latest survey by the Forest Commission says 22% of the geographical area of India is covered with forest. Traditional knowledge about the forest conservation, forest utilization is important. Again, our ethnic community dwelling in the forest areas, they have enormous knowledge about the forest management, forest plants, forest animals, forest conservation, forest utilization, etc. So one thing we have to say, the bamboo every 40 years once the bamboo flowers, the seeds will be produced and then the plant will die. So very experienced tribal communities in Anamales of Western Ghats, they are called Pulayas, uh, before 40 years. So they know the year of the age of the bamboo by morphological appearance of the plant and also by other key characters. They have identified the age of the plant. So by nearing 40 years, before just flowering, simply they burnt the bamboo there. So the new tillers will again come out and the new bamboo forest will occupy. If it is not burnt, if they do not put fire at the time, the flower will come. After flowering, the total forest will be disappeared. So they will die off. After flowering, they won't survive. So they die off. So to arrest this one, just before flowering in the 40th year, they burnt the total forest. So young tillers will come out after the approach of the southwest monsoon. So this will serve as good feed for the wild animals like elephant. So elephant, they are getting their required fodder in that area after burning the forest. The new tillers and the new jonal parts of the plants, they are serve as good feed for the elephant and other the herbivore animals there. So the animals are retained there itself and they are not coming outside of the system. So man-animal conflict that can be reduced much by this bamboo forest, this technique adopted by the local ethnic community there. And another thing, in the crevices rocks, in the high reaches, crevices of the rocks, the small patches of grasses are there. These grasses are adequately burned during the pre-summer period. The grasses are burned by the local people. After one or two thunder showers, immediately all grasses will come up again. So that environment is so suitable for the birds. The birds are coming and staying, even complete their life also there. The egg laying, hatching, everything will be completed within the system after burning. The newly arised tillers of the grasses that will be helpful. That microenvironment is attracting many birds and they are doing all this egg laying, hatching, etc. This is experimentally proved. The tribal people are also saying the purpose of burning of these grass is only for the local fodder and then the birds conservation. Another one in the northeastern India, the um, Kakazoi. Kakazoi is the Kakazana is one of the part of reserve forest in the western Assam. In that region, the local district administration recommended the government of India to convert the area into reserve forest or the protected area. But the local tribal people in that area, they are Boro and then the Garo people, Loro, these Boro, these communities, tribal communities are there. They are protesting and they are they are proving that because of their practices only, the tribal conservation practices followed there, only the golden tail langur, that is one endemic, top endemic and endangered species that is available in that region. The population that has been increased from less than 5% to 70% by the strategies, by the methods, by the practices followed by the local people. Thus, one among the 12 top species, endangered species, the golden langur. That golden langur that can be protected well by these people, and population for the past 3 decades that has been increased from less than 5% to 700. And then another thing, the forest cover. The forest cover is increased more than 60% in these 3 decades. So by quoting all these evidences, they are stopping. The declaration was stopped by the people there. So the forest is there, good ecosystem. The both animals and plants are maintained well with the knowledge of these people. So excellent knowledge they are having. Another national park in Orissa, that is Similipal National Park. There they are appointed, the Forest Department of Orissa, they have appointed the protection assistants. Protection assistant mostly from the tribal community, because tribal people only know about the forest structure and function scientifically very clearly. Even though the scientific knowledge is very less, but they know the forest, everything, nook and corner of the forest, the type of organism available there, their behavior, phenology, everything that can be known well by the tribal people. So they appointed tribal people from the tribal community as the protection assistants. One man, that Purnia Bharja, this tribal protection assistant, they have very good knowledge about the plant. So every day he used to walk nearly 30 kilometers inside the forest and noted the changes, even the phenology of the plant. So how many fresh leaves they have appeared, any tree falling is there, flowering, and animal movement, their behavior, all these things are noted, and it is told. They have given a special mobile phone with an app that is called monitoring of tigers. Monitoring of tiger systems, that the app uploaded in the mobile. So he entered data every day. He entered all this data about plants and animals there, and it is very much used for the formulation of the management plan there. Very excellent management plan they have done in this area. So this knowledge that must be tapped. We told about the tribal knowledge that has been gathered, then it is scientifically validated, then it should be implemented. The knowledge should be used for the management of the various resources, including the forest. And the forest management there, we are normally following many methods for the forest management in India. That is, there are two types of forest. One, conservation forest, another one is the commercial forest. In conservation forest, they are following 3 types. One is that is reserve forest, second one is the limited production forest, and third one is the production forest. In the reserve forest, actually, this is practiced in water regimes in the regions like Western Ghats, Eastern Ghats, and the Himalayas. Wherever the water regimes are available, there the reserve forests are there. The government declared the forest as the reserve forest. So it is a kind of protection forest. No public activity or any type of entertainment is permitted inside the forest. So that is reserve forest. So many social movements they are involving to protect the forest, like the Epico movement, and then the in North India one common public movement is there. So these people they are involving, and they use their knowledge for the forest management, particularly for the protection of the forest. Limited protection forest, this is practiced in the hills up to 1000 meters altitude, where the land is not suitable for agriculture. So there the forest systems are developed, and there also the part of annual increment of the forest is used for the purpose of the benefit of the people. So part of the annual increment is very carefully harvested without posing any environmental problems. So that can be used. Suppose 1000 trees are available, 10 trees are highly matured, then 10 only harvested in the first year. Instead of the same 10 saplings that will be raised there. So this is the way they are using the forest in the limited protection forest. So both biodiversity that can be maintained and we can get some extent of services also from the forest. And then third one, protection forest. Protection forest, it is a totally for the purpose of industries, forest-based industries and local human being and other local uses, the forests are developed. One thing, the local people can get benefit from the forest, the artificial forests produced there, and at the same time, the pressure upon the natural forest that can be reduced very much. So the biodiversity of the natural forest that can be protected. At the same time, the people also get some sort of services in terms of medicinal plants, fodder, and then the other economically important fiber yielding plants like that they can get. So this is the protection forest. Second major area is the commercial forest we are having. Commercial forest, it is purely for commercial purpose the forest is developed. It is also, there are two types of practices, intensive plantation and captive plantation. Purely plantation only, monoculture. The single tree species that can be cultured, monoculture. The plantation, intensive plantation means wherever the wastelands are available, public lands or private owned lands are available, they are raised with the forest trees of some useful trees. Even it may be an exotic plant that can be raised there for the local use. And then the captive plantation means it is only meant for the industrial purpose, completely for the rayon production like that. The eucalyptus plantation, massive eucalyptus plantation like that it is using. There are also two models, Brazilian model, German model. In Brazilian model, one single superior variety is used, and in German model, the mixture of the superior clones that can be cultivated. So this is the way they are using this one. And then um, grassland management, this is another important. 40% of the geographical area is the grazing land or pasture land in India. 13 crores of marginal people, they are very directly depending upon the dairy in India. So nearly 535 million livestock are available in India. So to manage these things, the grassland must be uh, protected, or the grassland must be managed well. So many policies are there, many methods are there. Stock level policy, one, and the deferred grazing, another one, and then the fire, that is another one. Fourth, they are practicing the seeding, artificial seeding in the grasslands. So these are stock level policy means throughout the year we cannot expect the same quantity of fodder available there. So depending upon the type of climate change, the quantity of fodder that can vary. So accordingly, we have to permit the number of animals there. That is called as the stock level policy. So improvement must be there. This is the traditional method we are following. The scientific approach must be there in order to develop the technology for better management of the grasslands. The second one, deferred grazing. Deferred grazing means a part that can be allowed for 2 years, another part in the next 2 years, another part in the next 2 years, like that. It is a cyclic way of grazing. So animals also continuously getting benefit, at the same time the land also protected well without any degradation. So this is the way they are normally following. So these are all the major areas. Not only these areas, we are having other areas are also to concentrate, both in biology and physical sciences. Biology development is very excellent. 21st century is considered to be the century of biological sciences. A vast number of inventions for the welfare of human being that has been done in the 21st century. So we did lot of things in the area of biology. Still, we have to do more things for the betterment of human beings and other living systems in the world. In the same way, the physical sciences also, the physics, chemistry, mathematics, all these areas must be developed. The new inventions and advanced technologies must be developed in these areas that will be more helpful for all. So I thank the organizers of both Ramanujam College and the Karur Government Arts College for having given me the opportunity to share something about the translational research for the sustainable development. Thank you, friends. Thank you.